Well, I would say to parents who are considering signing up for music lessons that it is a big commitment, and you really should give thought to that up front. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're considering, and I would encourage you to do it, but just realize it's not a casual thing. It has to be all in, you know. You have to decide that this is going to be a priority for our family. Year in, year out, you know. When young students in particular first start with music lessons, at first it's sort of like a new toy. You know, they've got this new instrument, and whether it's a piano or a trumpet or a violin or whatever else, it's like exciting. It's a new Christmas present, and that lasts for about 2 or 3 weeks, you know, until they realize that it's actually a lot of work too. And the real joy and fun of music is not in the beginning when you're learning your scale or you're dinking out individual note names. The real joy comes as you become proficient and you're able to use that music skill in a variety of circumstances, whether for personal enjoyment or to perform for others or to serve in your local church or whatever the case may be. The opportunities are endless. And so you have to sort of have this future vision all the time that, you know, the reason I'm practicing Mary Had a Little Lamb over and over again right now is not that, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb is going to be the pinnacle of my music fulfillment. No, it is a one little piece along the path of becoming a proficient musician down the road. And so you have to look forward all the time and remember there's a goal. And the parents really are critical to keep the student on track, especially with young students again. You know, a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old or even a 12-year-old really probably does not have the maturity yet in their lives to keep that forward vision and realize that this is going to pay off for me someday. Very rarely, in fact never have I heard someone who is an adult say to me, you know, I took music lessons when I was younger and I regret that. I wish I would have never spent all that time on music. Never heard that. But you know what I do hear all the time is adults who will come up and they will say, you know, I took piano lessons when I was young and I begged my parents to quit and they gave in, they folded, they let me quit, and oh, I regret that today. I wish I could play the piano. I wish I would have never quit. And I would say to that person, you know, it's never too late to start again, but at the same time, to parents who have children now, you're going to have to help them and encourage them to stick at this. And, you know, like I said earlier, I'm thankful that my father did that with me. There were those times where I wanted to bail on music lessons. They were few and far between, but I'm thankful that he helped me stay the course and stick this out, you know. And it wasn't like I had to do this for the rest of my life, but he did want it to be part of my education, so I was going to do it throughout my school years. And then it did become something that I'm doing for the rest of my life. And so I'm very thankful that he had that commitment to my music education, even when I didn't have that commitment myself. And I would really encourage parents to have that same kind of just fervency that this is going to be a priority in our home. And during the summer months, you know, there's nothing wrong at all with taking a break briefly, you know, but you don't want to take lengthy times off because it really is detrimental to the growth of the student. All those things you've been studying so diligently, if you don't even think about them or look at your music for 3 months or so in the summertime, that really is going to be hard when you come back in the fall, and you're going to spend several weeks just you know, getting back to the place that you were when you dropped off at the end of the school year. And so try to avoid that as much as possible. Maybe vary it in the summer and play some different music and look for you know, just some creative alternatives. But don't just take 3 months off. And so parents, you have to have that commitment. You know, students, when you sign up, realize this is a long-term thing that you're going to be doing for a good part of your life, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. I promise it'll pay off. It does for everybody who's committed to it. The people who don't do well in music are typically those who don't practice, who don't make it a priority, who are hit and miss with their music lessons and miss lessons on a regular basis. And they're frustrated all the time because they don't see progress, and that's going to happen if you're not committed. And so realize up front that you have to stay the course and stick this out for the long haul. My parents were never the type that were pushing me to do a certain thing as far as a career or what I would do for the rest of my life, but they did want me to get to the end of my high school years and have many options on the table that I could go off to college and pursue, and then eventually pursue as a career. And one of those options they wanted me to have was music. And again, I'm so thankful they did. You don't just wake up one day as a senior in high school and think, I'd like to be a music major in college. If you haven't put in all of that time leading up until graduation to prepare and to take lessons, to study, and to already be a musician so that you can even have the option of auditioning for a college program and studying the arts in college. When I was 5 years old, my wonderful parents signed me up for piano lessons. And it was a great experience for the most part. Of course, there were those times growing up when it wasn't always my favorite thing to do, but looking back, I'm so thankful that they put a priority on music in our home. I can remember my dad telling me during those years when I might have preferred to stop taking piano lessons. He would say things like, this is going to be part of your balanced education. And so, you don't really get an option about studying math or English. And so we don't really want you to have an option about studying music either. It's just going to be a part of the balanced life, the balanced education that we want to provide for you.